Hey, howdy, hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel. This video might get a little spicy. See, a few weeks ago I did this video all about how to pick a niche when you're multi-passionate and how to narrow down your ideas, and holy bananas, I did not think it would do as well as it did, and y'all are loving it, which I'm so excited about. But I want to let you in on a little secret. You don't actually have to niche down. That's a little bit clickbaity, but really the real point here is you don't have to niche down in the way that you think you do. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, what's up? My name's Jessica Stansberry. Come follow me on Instagram. Thank you. All right, so let me explain. When I say you don't have to niche down, what I really mean is you don't have to niche down in the way you think you do. So the other day, I had someone actually leave a comment on that multi-passionate video. She was like, listen, this is an honest question. This is not me like being weird or anything. I get really confused on how I'm supposed to niche down, but have a ton of income streams. And first, let me just address that because I feel like that's really important. I think that will help you understand how you're supposed to niche and maybe even loosen up the reins a little bit for you so you don't have to niche like you think you do, and you don't have to be as specific as you think you do. So when you're niching, your niche is less about what you're talking about, less about subject matter, and more about the who you're talking to and the what in the problem or solution you're trying to solve or deliver. So a lot of people think about niching as like, I'm gonna niche down and I'm only going to talk about this one thing. I'm only ever going to talk about this little tiny box of things. But what most people forget or maybe don't even know is that niching isn't really about the subject. Niching is about who are you talking to? What problem are you helping them solve? Or are you trying to solve? And what things are they struggling with? That's the niche. And what's really cool about approaching niching this way is that it will hopefully help you understand that you don't have to just fit in this one little tiny box all the time. If you know who you're talking to and what you're trying to help them with, then the content possibilities just have to fit within that. When you get really clear on the who and the what, you can sell an infinite amount of things. When we're trying to niche down, I think a lot of people try and niche like, I'm only going to talk about this one thing and I'm only going to sell this one thing, when really that's not at all what niching is. Will you have more success if you like really narrow down in the beginning and you really niche and you like do only talk about one thing? Probably in the beginning. But what's gonna happen if you niche down too far is, one, you're gonna pigeonhole yourself. You're gonna be the person about that thing and nothing else. And we're dynamic creatures, right? And I can tell by those of you who loved that video that most of us are multi-passionate and want to do a ton of things. But then two, it's going to really like get stale. Like the message is going to get stale when all you're talking about is one thing. If I start a YouTube channel and all I'm ever talking about is iPads, that's going to get really boring to me and to the viewer, because what's going to happen is they are eventually going to get the help they need with their iPads and they're going to dip out because they aren't going to think they need the next videos that I'm going to produce here on my channel. But if we keep the niche a little bit wider and we really just think about who it is and what we're trying to help them with, we can go way more broad with our content and things like that. So when I tell you you don't have to niche, what I'm really telling you is that you need to get really clear on your who. Who is the person you are trying to reach? Who is the person you are trying to attract in a really niche down way? It's not just all women. It's not all business owners. Who is that person? On the other hand, what are they struggling with? What are they trying to accomplish? What problems do they have? What solutions do you have for them? The who and the what are your niche, not the content, not the things you sell. So how do you use the who and the what to create content? When you know the who and you know the what, you can create content pillars. These content pillars are going to help you understand that who you're talking to needs everything in these pillars. Everything in these pillars are going to help them solve the problem. So instead of just talking about iPads, I might actually talk about all tech, or I might actually talk about productivity, but iPads are a content pillar within that. If I know my person, then I can build out the content pillars. So let's say when I start a YouTube channel, I know I want to talk about iPads and I want to talk about productivity. It's going to be very different videos if I'm talking to students in college about productivity and iPads than if I'm talking to entrepreneurs about productivity, or if I'm going to talk to corporate women about productivity. These are very different audiences. Those are very different things, even though the content could be similar underneath. So when you know the who, you can come up with the pillars inside of that who and make sure your content is directed to them. So if I know I'm talking to students in college, then I'm not going to do a video about how to use your iPad as an entrepreneur, because that's not my who. So I need to stick within the who within my pillars. So your content pillars, you really want to have 4 to 5 pillars. And you really want to think about how these pillars play into who you're talking to and what they're struggling with, but also how you're going to help them and what you're going to sell. Take me, for instance. I talk to content creators who want to make a business out of their content, and I talk to entrepreneurs who want to create content to grow their business. Those are my people. So that is my who. The what is the same for both of those sets of people. It's how do I make more money from my content? So that's what I'm trying to help them with. That's what I'm trying to solve. Doing a video like this fits within my content pillars because I'm talking to the who about the what. I don't have to only be like 5 tips for content creators, 4 tips to make more money, 7 ways to XYZ, because that would get really robotic and it would get really boring for me and you. So when we're thinking about my content pillars, again, I'm talking to the content creator who wants to make money from their content, entrepreneur who wants to create content to sell more of their things. And I'm helping them figure out how to make more money from their content. That is the what. I'm going to have pillars like passive income, how to make more passive income. A lot of things fall under passive income: affiliate marketing, courses, digital products, how to get monetized on YouTube. Like all of these things kind of fall under passive income. Then I'm also going to have a pillar that is about content creation itself. Maybe I do a video about how to get started on YouTube, how to grow on Instagram. These things are relevant to my who and their what. Then I always like to tell everybody to have a behind the scenes pillar, because you are the person that these people are coming to, that they look up to as the thing they're trying to do. So if I am doing what you're trying to do, me teaching you is one thing, right? If you're trying to be a content creator who makes passive income or makes 10K months or whatever, me telling you the how-tos is great. But you know what's even better? Showing you how this works behind the scenes in my brand, in my business, and for me. Because in your eyes, I have done this. So you are like, okay, she has done this. I would like to see how she's done this. So if I have content creation, if I have passive income, if I have behind the scenes, then I might also have productivity. Because let me tell you, creating content is no easy task. There is a lot that goes into creating content and a lot you have to keep up with. So I might talk about productivity from the lens of the content creator, whether they're an entrepreneur creating content or a content creator creating a business. I'm going to look at productivity from that lens. And honestly, there might even be videos that fit into multiple content pillars. So for instance, the video you'll see after this one is how I plan and create content for YouTube and Instagram. So I'm taking you behind the scenes. So it's in that pillar, but I'm also showing you strategy with content creation. So it's falling in that pillar too. And honestly, I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks to where I get it done and it's not taking over my life. So that's productivity. Basically, I'm showing you one video that fits into a lot of different content pillars. This one fits into the content creation pillar because you need to know what a niche looks like, how you need to niche down, how you need to keep things so that content creation is easy and is not a hard thing. So I have one more really important thing to tell you about niching down, where we're going wrong with this, and what you need to do instead. But if you've made it this far, we need to have a party down in the comments. I want you to comment below with I am so excited, okay? Because based off of the feedback from y'all with my multi-passionate video, I know how much boundaries and restrictions around your content and your business and your YouTube channel, your podcast, like whatever, hurts you. You're like, I don't want that. Don't want to be that restricted. So I know that you're excited that you don't have to niche down as far as you thought you did. That niching isn't maybe what you thought it was. So I am so excited down in the comments. The last thing I want to tell you is that rules are meant to be broken. And that if you are going to get on this hamster wheel of creating content here on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, then you can't box yourself in so much that you feel really restricted by your content. You just can't, because so many things are going to get in your way. So many mindset shifts are going to happen. So many things are going to happen that cause you to feel boxed in and restricted. If you're just getting started here on YouTube, I would still tell you to pick a who, know who you're going to talk to, because if you start throwing spaghetti at the wall on Instagram or YouTube and it's for completely different people, it's going to be really hard for the algorithms to even figure out who your videos should go to, who your Instagram post should go to, who your TikTok should go to, whatever. If you have picked a who, I highly encourage you to kind of throw spaghetti at the wall in the content pillar realm and in the what realm, because you may not know yet what you want to help them with or what you want to talk to them about. You know who it is and you kind of know what you want to talk about, but you don't totally know what that looks like. Throw spaghetti at the wall, figure it out, see what does well on the platform, see what you enjoy doing, see what people enjoy watching from you. Because if you pick the wrong thing, if you just pick something because that's what feels good, you're gonna get really burnt out, and that's not gonna be good for anybody. So if you're just getting started, the rule that we're breaking here is you're not even gonna figure out the what, you're just gonna figure out the who, and you're gonna start throwing content at that person. You're gonna start seeing what they want to see. And a lot of times niching down to the who as a content creator is good enough. That's why we have lifestyle channels where it's just somebody showing the behind the scenes of their life. It's just somebody showing you what is going on with them. They know the who because the who is someone similar to them. And so that's who they're creating videos for, but that's all they know. That could lead to understanding what problem people come to them for, what things people come to them for, and how they can monetize that down the road. But you don't have to be in a hurry. And honestly, there's plenty of people who never figure it out and they're still making really good money. They understand who they're trying to attract, what they're trying to accomplish with the person. Are we doing entertainment? Are we wanting to be a content creator full time? Like, what are we trying to do? And then those people eventually just tell them what they want to see. Okay, so you do need to niche, but you don't really need to niche. We don't need to only talk about one thing in our content. We don't only need to sell one thing. We don't only need to do one thing. We need to do the content, sell the things, create the products for a certain who that has a certain what, a certain problem that you're trying to solve, or a certain thing that you're trying to fill in the gaps for. So a lot of content creators are gonna be like, I don't solve a problem. I create content for that person, but you're filling a gap. You're entertaining them. You're making them feel like they're not alone. You're doing something that fits into that what realm. Okay, so was that super helpful? I hope it was. Y'all are loving the niching content and I'm here for it. And by the way, thank you to everybody in that video, that last one, who did not try and tell me I was saying niche wrong. I do not say niche. It's just not how it works. Also, the riches are in the niches doesn't rhyme if you say niches. The riches are in the niches? No, it just doesn't even work. So thank you guys for not doing that. Also, I have been really making sure I'm hanging out in the comments below for the first like 24 hours of every video drop. So make sure we are hanging out down there and you're following me on Instagram. And until next time, bye y'all.